Hi ladies, today's video is 3 components of growth. So the first component that I've noted here is honesty. If you are an honest person, that's like the first step, or one of the first baby steps towards growth. You can only It's like another thing that I saw online the other day. I quoted it because I love to see these little quotes and memes, It said something like, God cannot help you in the areas that you don't admit that you're struggling in, right? If you don't acknowledge that this is a struggle for you, or that there's something about yourself that you want to change, or your environment, then you're not going to grow. You're going to be stagnant, and you're going to find that you're singing from the same song sheet year after year after year. So you need to be honest with yourself. How are my friendships set up? Am I a good friend? Do I have good friends around me? How is my marriage? How is my relationship? Is this relationship toxic? Do we need counseling? Could we do better? Right? So all of these types of questions you're asking yourself, my child, there are certain things in their character I've seen I'm not really feeling. Do I need to change some things in their life? Do I maybe need to take away some privileges or do some new activities, spend some more time? Whatever it may be, you need to start off with honesty, because one of the worst things you can do in life is lie to yourself. At least if I'm lying to other people, I'm aware. If I say, when I was born, my eyes were actually blue, but then like 2 days later, they were brown, If I say that to someone, I know that I'm telling a bold-faced lie, and they'll probably be looking at me like, yeah, okay. Right, and it could be the case or whatever, but I know for myself that I'm lying, right? But if you lie to yourself, that's like, oh, how do we work with that? Because this person's in denial. How do we actually work with that? So be honest. The second thing is consistency. I've heard people say time and time again that consistency is better than perfection. And we know that with Christ, he perfects our character. We grow from strength to strength in him. So don't worry about being perfect in your own flesh. Depend on him to perfect you, right? But in terms of growing and getting on with things, you need to be consistent. Every single success story that you see, every single achievement that you have seen someone make, we know it doesn't start there. It all starts with the baby steps of consistency. This person decided that, do you know what? Today, I'm going to make a change. I'm going to do a small step every day. That's why I've encouraged women as well, like with decluttering. Don't try and say, I'm going to just declutter my whole house at one time. Just start small. Sometimes start with a drawer, unless you have the right mindset and the support around you to take on a huge project. Start small and celebrate those victories, because that consistency is better than doing nothing. And that's what separates people. You have people who don't want to be consistent or struggle to be consistent. And then you have people who decide, actually, I'm going to be consistent. And a lot of us are more consistent than we think. It's just that, are we consistent with the good things or the bad things? All right. Now, the third thing is discomfort. Discomfort encourages flexibility, adjusting, and it encourages contentment. You think, well, how does discomfort encourage contentment? There's a verse, it's lost on me now, but was it Paul? It was like, wherever that's it, about I have decided to be content, So in different situations in life, naturally as people, we want to search for comfort. We want to feel good. We want to feel nice. But guess what? Even when we look at words of affirmation, do you know a rebuke is an affirmation? If someone takes the time to rebuke you, that is them helping you out to say, hey, you're doing something wrong, right? I know it doesn't always feel comforting, but when I've gotten rebuked about certain things and I'm like, oh, do you know what? I appreciate it. If you're humble, you'll appreciate the rebuke. But I see rebuke as words of affirmation, constructive criticism. It doesn't always feel comfortable, but guess what? When you take on the constructive criticism, you can say, do you know what? That person's right. Maybe I have been a bit lazy. Maybe I haven't been as consistent as I should be. So let me take on their constructive criticism. And instead of being in my feelings, I'm going to work on this thing, right? So 3 components of growth: honesty, consistency, discomfort. Our verse of encouragement is Philippians chapter 1, verse 6. Being confident of this very thing, that he which hath begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. Amen. Bye, ladies.